Okay, well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our Double the Love Daily Live. My name is Krista Pace. I'm an independent certified Optavia coach. And today is the first day of our 2-week advanced class designed for those who are choosing to level up in the love they have for themselves and for others through the healthy habits, personal development, and coaching. I don't know about you, but once I plug into something that helps me get super focused on my health and I begin to see changes in my body, my mind, how I show up in my family, or my ability to really process my emotions, I want to stay plugged in. This is how I felt about the Love Yourself to Health Challenge. There was something about engaging with this community, journaling daily, and tracking my micro habits that really lit my soul. And now I'm ready to shine even brighter with double the love. So throw one in the chat if you feel the same way. It's so fun. Yes, here come the ones. There's just something about seeing progress that excites me. But there's also something very intriguing about moving forward when I don't see progress. So whether you rocked the last 2 weeks and you're ready for more, or you struggled over the last couple of weeks and you're ready to recommit and learn why, or maybe you're brand new, whatever your circumstance, I welcome you with all my heart. Your success over the next 2 weeks will require that you stay plugged into 3 power sources. The first is the community through these daily lives and the Healthy Together Facebook group. Second is your coach. And by the way, if you haven't scheduled an official health assessment with your coach, be sure to schedule that today. Exploring your why with your coach will help you focus on what you want to create and determine your path forward. The third power source is you. I encourage you to continue to journal daily about each daily live. What did you learn about yourself? How will you change and who are you becoming? Then get into action. Report to your coach and watch the love you have for yourself and others double. This is going to be an incredible 2 weeks. Today, I'd like to discuss what Dr. A describes as the 4 stages of learning. In Element 5 of the Life Book, these stages include unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. Okay, raise your hand if you thought I said the same thing 4 times. Let's go through a fun example to describe these different stages of development. Stage 1 is unconscious incompetence, not knowing what you don't know. My 6-year-old Ryan loves to play basketball. His favorite thing to do is to outshoot his mom in a game of horse on our backyard court. The height of the hoop is adjustable, but when Ryan first discovered this sport at age 3, the hoop was on its lowest setting. And yes, this also helped mom make more baskets. Ryan had no idea that basketball hoops could be different heights. He figured if he could make these baskets, he could play anywhere. Last year, after realizing that he could make almost every basket he shot, he decided he wanted to play on a team. So we signed him up. He quickly entered stage 2 and became conscious of his incompetence shooting baskets when the hoop was 1 foot higher than at home. He came home from his first practice. He was confused. He's like, "Mom, why didn't I make any baskets today?" I took him out in the backyard and I showed him the lever that raised and lowered the hoop. I explained to him that the hoop he'd been shooting toward as part of his new team was a whole foot taller than what he had been practicing on. The light went on in his eyes and he said, "Then raise the hoop." So we raised the hoop and Ryan began to shoot over and over again until he began to make more and more baskets. Through practice, he entered stage 3 and began to be consciously competent in making baskets on the higher hoop. Sometimes he was too low, sometimes he hit the rim, and other times the backboard, but soon his muscles developed and he began to make more and more shots. His confidence improved and over time, and now it's rare that he misses. He can definitely beat his mom in a game of horse. I imagine there will be a day in the future that he can shoot and score on an even higher hoop without thinking much about it. This is unconscious competence, when you are competent in that thing you're learning without much thought. So choose an area in your life. Where are you in the stages of learning? I remember when I first heard of the habits of health system, I was sometimes eating 3 big meals and snacking whenever I felt emotion, right? I had no idea that I could balance my blood sugar and insulin levels by eating balanced nutrition 6 times per day. As soon as I became conscious of this new idea, I was excited to try it, to see if it would help me lose weight and have more energy. But how would I even have time to create 6 balanced meals with my crazy mom schedule? Enter fuelings. Fuelings were my favorite tool of conscious competence. I set alarms. I knew exactly what and when I was going to eat, and eating 6 times per day was magical for me. I lost 40 pounds in 4 months, and I just felt so much better. It's been 4 years since those days. Do I still eat 6 times per day? Yes, I do. Do I still use fuelings? Absolutely, yes, I do. Though I'm not completely unconsciously competent, eating 6 times per day has become a way of life for me. It's not enough just to practice one time. Creating takes consistency. Whether you are developing a talent, working on a healthy habit, or becoming your future self, it takes consistent, conscious, repeated effort. You may have that one moment of motivation or inspiration and have a really good day, but lasting change requires that we repeat those efforts again and again. Anytime we are trying to create a new healthy habit, we have the resistance of the old habit that we have repeated over and over in the past, right? Too often we give up too early. We give up before we have become the new version we are seeking to become. Do we have to be perfect? Nope, we don't. Just consistent more often than not. I like to think of a jar of pennies representing my old habit and an empty jar representing my new habit that I want to create. Each repetition of the new habit earns a penny. It would be a tragedy if I stopped adding pennies to my new habit jar just because I put 1 penny in the old habit jar. There will be a day when there are more pennies in the new habit jar, and I will find unconscious competence. In the book Atomic Habits, author James Clear gives the analogy of the ice cube. He says, imagine that you have an ice cube sitting on the table in front of you. The room is cold and you can see your breath. It is currently 25 degrees. Ever so slowly, the room begins to heat up. 26 degrees, 27, 28. The ice cube is still sitting on the table in front of you. 29 degrees, 30, 31. Still nothing has happened. Then 32 degrees, that ice begins to melt. A 1 degree shift, seemingly no different from the temperature increases before it, has unlocked the change. Habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. Complaining about not achieving success despite working hard is like complaining about that ice cube not melting when you heated it from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work was not wasted. It was just being stored. All the action happens at 32 degrees. How many times, you guys, do we give up before we reach our melting point? There is immense power that comes when something becomes so ingrained that we don't even have to think about it. When you reach the point of being able to do something subconsciously with unconscious competence, it has literally become part of who you are. It is your natural response, your natural tendency. Last Wednesday, on day 10 of the Love Yourself to Health Challenge, Laurie shared about the study that shows that coaches are 5 times more likely to reach and maintain their healthy weight. For coaches who repeat the habits of health over and over, practicing, teaching, engaging, it's no wonder that they see that kind of success. The study states the basis for coach success may lie with the concept of role modeling, whereby coaches feel a greater degree of ownership and accountability to adopt and maintain helpful behaviors. For me, coaching is my conscious competence. Guiding others through the habits of health system helps me stay integrated in this community, in my education, and committed to my future self. As I repeat my healthy habits over and over, I know that over time, I will be unconsciously competent in my health. I won't just choose health, I will be healthy. Doesn't that sound amazing? So today, commit to conscious competence in that one area that you really want to integrate into your identity. Don't give up until you become unconsciously competent, till it becomes part of who you are. Have a great day, everyone.